Okay, so welcome back to round four of the Oz NZ Combined Racing League Ferrari 355 Challenge, and we come now to the famous Imola circuit here in Italy. Uh, Famous for some good things, and obviously for the very sad things in motorsport of that fateful weekend in 1994. I think I can't remember now when. Roland Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna, one of the greatest, um, passed away. So anyway, so after I forgot to mention after round three of the actual race at Monaco that we had Gear Three Gaming take victory there in a thrilling battle throughout the whole race for the top four. Um, the overall results for our lobby of our championship, I should say, because we combined the overall race time between the top lobby and the bottom lobby to get overall race results. Chuck Racing won the event, and then Unscrewed Squid came second, and Shads came third. Taipan Samurai was fourth, and fifth was AJD 1984. So they're all in the top lobby. So you can see that the top five actually finished that overall, and then Gear Three Gaming, who won our bottom lobby, came sixth. And just to compare an overall race time, he was a minute and 1 second behind Chuck Racing's best of his final race time. So an enthralling battle, and you can just see how much faster those top guys are in the top lobby. And for AJD, who came fifth, he was actually 7 seconds in front of Gear 3 Gaming's final race time that took victory in the bottom lobby there. So then Dado Racer came seventh. He was last in the top lobby, I believe. So he's come in between Gear 3 Gaming and Woody Lizard, who came actually second in the bottom lobby at Azura at Monaco. And then we had all the bottom lobby from there. We had Simo Racing came ninth overall, Right So 10th, Sandpaper 11th, Blade Racer 12th, and Triple Rotor Racing 13th, lap down. And Dark Racing 40, he didn't start the first the round three at Azura because he had some the setup glitch where when you go into the startup ready up screen, the no setups load up. So yeah, he couldn't race, especially around Monaco. So he quit out before the start of the race there. That was unfortunate. So anyway, so that was from the previous round three. Now we're at round four here at Imola, and we had Blade Racer, who took a sensational pole lap time over Triple Rotor Racing for second. Then Sandpappy again finds himself third, which I think he might have been third. No, I think he was up there anyway at Monaco in the qualifying. Then we got Gear 3 Gaming in fourth after his solid effort there at Monaco. He's holding form there. He's going to try and get a good run behind Triple. And then we got Woody Lizard in fifth, and Simo Racing sixth, and Right So seventh. So we've got 11 laps around here at Imola, and this again is a bottom lobby. We keep the lobbies as they are. We have 2 rounds per night on a Sunday night from 7:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And we always cater for Xbox here for Sim Racing on Project Cars 2. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about doing some league racing and you've got the Xbox and Project Cars 2 and a wheel setup, because the game really is ideally suited to a wheel more than a controller, come and join us and find us either on Facebook at ANZCRL in the groups and request to join that group, as it's a private group, and answer the three questions that our admin do look at. So just to make sure that you reside in Australia and New Zealand and you're on the Xbox and you want to do some league racing. And then, or you can find us at the website at oz-nzcrl.weebly.com. So yeah, if you do a search for Oz NZ CRL in Google, you should find us. So here we go for round 4 at Imola on the bottom lobby. So we'll get going and see how this race spans out. Of 11 laps around here. I'll wait for the green lights. And here we go, we're off. They're off, and Blade Racer has got the start that he wanted. Triple there will probably try and tuck in here. With Simo Racing and Sam Pappy fighting out here, and Sam Pappy, I think Simo's just let Sam Pappy through through that chicane area, which is the Tamburello chicanes back there, which obviously, as we know, they put that in after Ayrton Senna's fateful death there. It used to just be one sweeping curve just to slow the cars down there, and putting the chicane, it just slows them down a little bit. It's not really a chicane, it's sort of like just a sweeping S-bend. But anyway, up the hill they come. And we're looking here at Triple Rotor. He's holding a position there, second. We've got Simo Racing. This is a battle here for 4th, 5th and 6th. And Gear 3 Gaming hasn't had a start that he's wanted. Oh, we've got Simo running wide there. He's kept the power in though, and up the hill, and kept his 4th position. Just wonder he doesn't get a slowdown here. Woody's trying to get through, and at the same time Gear 3 Gaming doesn't want to muck around after he's had a bad start. Oh, and just action of planner there. Look at this. Here we go. There's no love lost back between here. Simo Racing and Gear 3 Gaming after Monaco. They're side by side again. Coming down into the Ravazza corners. Side by side. And Simo Racing is just not letting off. Oh, he hasn't got the drive there. Gear 3 Gaming's done really well. He's held his nerve. Woody's put the power on a bit too early and found himself all crossed up, and that's opened up the door here for Gear 3 Gaming to make the most, and he's got through there. Right, so I was just looking at this and just saying, come on guys, I'm ready to pick up any of the pieces here. Great racing there. That was great racing between Gear 3 Gaming and Simo Racing. Then after all their troubles at Monaco, there was no bad blood there. They raced fairly there, a little bit of sideways brushing, but as we know, Rubbin's racing, and we're not worried about the Gentleman's Cup here at all. With these Ferraris, we like the rub. We don't like those, the nose to tail, the biff and barge that way. That's and you punt someone off. It can be a little bit frustrating there, because we do it for a love of motorsport here in our group, and we try and respect each other. Those mistakes sometimes do happen where you biff and barge and you get into the back of someone else. So we're very, very apologetic, but yeah, no late dive bombs from our group. Very rarely will you see that. Oh, and Woody Lizards is drifting it wide through their Minerali. Or was it the... Oh, no, that's not the Minerali. That's up through the chicane, is it? Or was it Minerali? Yeah, it was. Up the top of the hill here. Come down to the hill here, and we've got all Gear 3 Gaming in Woody Lizard's mirror here. What can Gear do? He's looking on the inside here, around the outside, but into the inside here into Ravazza. And he's made that move. He's made that stick. And Simo's now in the inside as well. He looks like he's going to make that stick. Woody's making it hard for him. He closed the door on him. But he's still at it. He's got a good run there, Simo. He just made sure that he could get that drive, which he has. He's lined himself up perfectly for the Tamburello S-Benz. A great move. Great professional move there by Simo Racing and Gear 3 Gaming. They bided their time, set up Woody Lizard, caught him out wide, and made the most, bound the inside, and that was great racing there. Onto lap 3 of 11 here, and Simo's still got the pressure there of Woody Lizard. on the tail here. This is for 5th and 6th, can you believe? They're racing them, but you've got Gear 3 Gaming now. He's left, he's got these guys, and he's heading off the yellow Ferrari of Sandpappy. As I said, in Monaco, you find Sandpappy all over the grid throughout the racing, but he's finding himself now in the pointy end most of the races. So he's holding third there in front. Got Blade Racer 83 first, and we've got Triple Rotor Racing second, and Sandpappy third. Gear 3 Gaming, as you can just see coming here now, is fourth, and Simo Racing in front of Woody Lizard. So Simo's in fifth, Woody Lizard sixth, and right so at the back of the rear of the field in seventh. That's very wide there by Simo, but he's making a gap there now on Woody. It's all sort of panning out fairly even here. We'll look at Simo's teammate in the number 9, Ferrari. It's the Nero Verde livery, sponsored car. So the black and green Ferraris have been very prominent here the rounds 3 and 4. So they're taken off where they left off pretty much at Monaco. They were earlier in the thick of things, though, I'd have to say, but at Monaco. But they did feature throughout most of that race at Monaco. So we've got Blade Racer here coming up the hill, and he's got a clear set of heels here over Triple Rotor. He's 7.5 seconds behind here. And we might just, while it's a little bit quiet, we may as well, we'll just go on board here of Blade Racer. As you can see coming through here, coming up the hills, very thought you get a good run. Break at that 100-metre mark here. This chicane, try not to get too much of the yellow part of that curb. Really throw your car up. You can see it bouncing around a lot. These cars are very softly sprung. Well, I don't know if they just lurch around though. They definitely lurch around a little bit. But be careful of that little bump there when you're braking there. It gets a nice run out of these corners. And onto the main straight he goes. I'll find 6th gear in the end. Just don't think you'll be able to get the speedo here, but we'll go to the cockpit there. Just have a look here. We can get to about 240 k's. You can see on the dash there quickly. So Blade Racer's really got this race under control here by the looks of things. 8 seconds he's taking that gap out now through Triple. So yeah, he's doing really well. He's keeping the boot in it for sure. Coming up to the Tosa hairpin. Very good corner here. He's really got to get it right though. Get the power on here to come up the hill up here, and get your braking right for this left-hander here. So it's sort of off camber a little bit. Sort of shoots you out wide if you're not careful. And they run down to the down the hill here. Into Minerali. Great part of the circuit this. Okay, well that's a good lap there with Blade Racer. I'll just have a look to see how we've got Sandpappy. He's not too far away from Triple. So they've got about 3 seconds there between the two for second and third. And it looks like the battle's on here between Gear. So we got, sorry about that, I just had my son just wanting to have a word with me quickly, so I just had to just listen to what he was trying to say. But yeah, so back into it, so you've got Gear 3 Gaming here 4th, coming at the completion of lap 5 of 11. So Blade Race is on lap 6 now, the start of lap 6. And these guys are all going to come on to start their sixth lap of 11 here at Imola. You see Sam Pappy coming through there in 3rd spot, and Gear 3 Gaming holding a nice 4th position here. A lot evenly, very spread out compared to what the streets of Monaco produced for us here in the bottom lobby. And if you want to see the top lobby races at all, you can definitely find them. You can find them on the Twitch channel. They will broadcast it by Sado 15, so SADDO 15. So if you have a look at there, and you'll actually be able to see the top lobby, but they only had I think it was 4 or 5, about 5 in their lobby, because this actual race they had that setup glitch with, again, Dark Racing and Chuck Racing, both of them. Though the leading contender of the championship, Chuck Racing, wasn't able to actually compete round 4. He couldn't load his tune, or I think the actual screen froze when it went to the race start, and he just missed the start, so he couldn't do anything. So that was unfortunate for this series leader coming into this round. And I'll give you an update of the championship after this round. But yeah, we're still watching Gear 3 Gaming, and we've got Simo and Woody Lizard still fairly close here. Right, oh, he's bouncing all around there. He's taking too much of that curb. There's about just a second here for a gap between Simo and Woody Lizard. And they're finding themselves close. And Simo really caught up. Oh, and Woody has thrown it away coming into that, into the Rivazza, the first corner of the Rivazza, 2 double left-handers there. And Rightso has taken the 6th spot off Woody. So he's made the most of it. That's unlucky by Woody Lizard. Just looks like he maybe lost it on that little bump that I mentioned before when we're on board with Blade Racer on the braking there. Maybe pinched the rear brakes, and off I went. Put your head down, and he knows he can catch back up onto the backs here of Rightsoer. So we might just keep an eye on this, because the other battles, there's not much really going on. So this is really the battle for last. And who would have thought this is where the action is at the moment? On lap 7 of 11. 7-11. Geez, enough of that. But here we go up the hill. Basic reverse coloured cars here. They're both teammates in the team colours. So they'll be respectful of one another here in the basically number 66 Rosso Azzurri. No, sorry, 66 Bianco Rosso, and number 67 Bianco Rosso. So alright, so we're in the number 66 and Woody in the 67 car. Woody's taking a ride out there on that green end of the circuit. And here we are coming into the end of lap 7 for these guys. Let me just see if Woody can try and get on the back here of Rightsoer and try and pick up that 6th spot again. Gear 3 Gaming is only second behind Sandpappy still. The gap's not really changing too much between the top order. So we'll just have a look here at Triple in his red and green number 2 Ferrari, and the number 2 Rosso Bianco. Not much form of basically any sponsorship, it's just the name. These cars have all got the same sort of livery here with the shell, which is synonymous with Ferrari, and the Pirelli at the front. Not much more to do with sponsorship on these. I think they'll just They just basically come out of factory really, ready to race type cars. And here they go, lap 8 of 11. And we've got Sandpappy trying to hold off here, Gear 3 Gaming, who was slowly just has bridged that gap just lap after lap, just slowly. So Sandpappy's having a good race in his number 37 Giallo. This is definitely, I think it's a good livery, that yellow one. Something different to the Ferrari red on most of these cars. The other good one I think is what Dark Racing has. He's got the silver looking Ferrari, and that looks pretty good on the track as well. And here they come for coming onto the straight here to start their 9th lap. They'll have that and 2 laps to go. So we've still got Blade Racer leading triple rotor here, and Woody Lizard still trying to fight the back of Right Sower, who's 6. He's about a second behind. So Sandpappy seems to have the control here of Gear 3 Gaming. See if Gear can get that what a Sunday night's racing if he can find himself on the final step of the podium here at Imola. First at Monaco and then third at Imola would be really good for him, but he's still got his work cut out here. He's got to get past Sandpappy, and we'll just see how we go. And sorry, I've just got my son crying going on at the moment. I might just deal with him while we put his shoes on. It's not very professional, but that's what you've got to do with a young family, I guess. At the same time, try and do 2 jobs at once. So sorry about that, guys. But the battle's still on here, and we've got Gear just doing his best he can with 2 laps remaining to try and get that 3rd position. And looks like Woody Lizard, we've missed after that Woody Lizard has actually made the move on Right Sower. So Woody Lizard has actually taken 6th spot back off Right Sower. But I think there's a little bit more to go here with these guys. So the order coming into the penultimate lap, which will be lap 10 of 11. We've got Blade Racer first, Triple Road second, Sandpappy third, Gear 3 Gaming in 4th, Simo Racing 4 in 5th, Woody Lizard holding 6th, just in front of, as you can see, Right Sower. So we'll just see how these guys go in this lap here. Right, so and Woody is. They've both were a little bit loose coming into that into the corner, and it looks like Woody would come in too hot, and in the background of there you could see Right So actually was braking. He was just had the rear on the grass, which caused him to. And Woody's just he's just lost all sorts of concentration there. It's something that I did actually have to admit did happen to me. I totally lost where I was, what part of the track I was at. So these can tell you how the concentration laps can really affect you in these organised racing games. We sort of test the limits, and there we go. Right, so the 2 Bianco Rosso cars, their drivers have pretty much sums up their weekend here at Imola. No idea. Lost all direction. They're fighting for the minors here, and they're just doing some crazy drifting work. I think I haven't actually got to speak to Right So just to see if he actually had any issues at all. But enough of that shenanigans, and crazy driving. Let's look at some professional driving here in the form of Wright. So really from start to finish, he's led this race and yeah, really showed what it's all about. He's 8 seconds in front of Triple. And Triples, as you can see, he's got a big gap behind with Sam Pappy, 11 seconds behind Triple. So these two have been the class act at Imola. Very, very fast. And you'll find at the end results, basically, of this race, we're on our last lap here. We basically had uncrewed Squid 8 in the top lobby winning over Shads by a mere 0.9 of a second. That was very, very close. And then Blade Racer, who is well and truly on the way to victory here in our bottom lobby here on lap 11, the last lap. He came third overall, which with his race time, he put him 4 seconds behind Squid, total time. And then Triple Rotor actually held on to fourth, coming second in our lobby here. He's actually held on to fourth overall in front of Taipan Samurai, who finishes fifth overall, who was actually third in the top lobby's race. So here we got Blade Racer coming here to take victory and third spot overall in the end race results between the two lobbies. Congratulations, Blade. Late sign up to the round 3 and 4 of the championship. Hopefully we'll see him in a couple of weeks. We got a week's break, but for rounds 5 and 6, we got round 5 at I got a mental blank here. Round 5 is going to be at Le Mans Bugatti circuit, and then round 6 at Mugello Short. So we've got Triple that came third, Sam Pappy third. Triple came second. Gear 3 couldn't make his final step on the podium, which would have made a sensational weekend for him. And Simo Racing held on a nice 5th spot there. Couldn't ask for much more there. Imola, he's done really well there. And the two boffin heads here for Imola, who lost their way the last 2 or 3 laps. Woody Lizard Cummins in 6th with Wright. So further adrift, he must have had some more problems after he's had those hits to the wall. His car would have been damaged, and he came in the field at takes the rear of the field. As you can see, he's got plenty of damage showing there. So much for the Gentleman's Cup there. Back in the day, they would have been devastated, distraught over that. But anyway, we can just put it back in the sim garage and come back in a couple of weeks with a nice fresh new car. So anyway, that's the end of that race. So congratulations to Blade Racer. There's the two teammates doing a formation basically. Congratulations both to the number 9 Neuro Verd and his teammate Simo Racing, who came 5th in that race in the number 8 Neuro Verd. So just to let you know, we'll go through the championship standings at the halfway point of our 8-round championship. After Chuck Racing couldn't make the Imola round, and with Shads winning that race, he's actually come up 3 spots to take first position on 158 points. Uncrewed Squid is second on 152, so 6 points difference there from the leader. And then on equal points on 150 for third is Chuck Racing, 51, and Taipan Samurai, who only find themselves obviously eight points off the lead. So that's very close for the championship standings. 5th is Dado Racer on 140 points, so he's 18 points drift off the lead. Then 6th is AJD 1984 on 132. Triple Rotor, who's 7th, who's featured here in the bottom lobby, so he's on 126. So he'll find himself actually in the top lobby, I'd say, from this point on forward, because most of the time we've got to split them into 7. And then Sandpappy's there on 8th, so he will be just the leading contender there in the bottom lobby area. He's on 120 points, 38 points off the lead. Gear 3 Gaming has made a good jump with the victory in the 4th spot at Imola in 9th. And then Woody Lizard 10th on 104 points. Simo Racing 11th, 78 points. Dark Racing 12th on 68. Blade Racer, this was his first 2 rounds on 62 points in 13th. Right, so again, his first 2 rounds on 14th on 48, and the last is Whopper, who didn't show for rounds 3 and 4, and 15th on 28 points. So that's it. So we've got now a week's break, so we won't be back until, I'll just try and pull that up, when we will be on next for rounds 5 and 6, which we'll see, as I said, at Le Mans, Bugatti, and then Mugello. So we'll be back again for those 2 ones on Sunday, the 10th of March. So we've got 2 weeks. So if you're watching this and you haven't joined us at all, have a look. Search us at on the website at aus-nzcrl.weebly. That's weebly.com. So have a look at there. There's all the details of our series and upcoming series coming up, and our actual schedule for the whole year. And then, or otherwise on Facebook, just search ANZCRL in the groups, and answer a couple of easy questions, and let us know that you want to come and do some league racing with us guys on Sunday nights at 7:30. We run Australian Eastern Daylight Time, which is New South Wales Victorian time. So yeah, until then, have a great break, and we'll see all you guys and the competitors in 2 weeks' time. Bye for now.